Hello, I'm Tiffany Thornton. I'm a commercial realtor in Austin, Texas. I also own a tax business. I'm partnered in Encore ATX and XO Nightclub. What I do daily, well, it depends on the month. From January, well, like December to April, it's pretty much taxes. And then during the day, it's stocking the club and any type of marketing promo for social media for Encore and XO. Encore ATX is one of the biggest urban promotional marketing networks here in Austin, Texas. We host a lot of events all over town, primarily now at XO Nightclub since we are the owners of the club. But the events include trap and paint, trap yoga, wine tours, wine tastings, live music, concerts, etc., etc. In the past, I had a pretty large clothing store here in Austin, Texas. I was one of the mecca businesses in the east side of Austin in early 90s. And I moved into Highland Mall, which no longer exists. It was one of the biggest urban clothing stores in Highland Mall. So I also had a vegan nail polish line. Started that in 2016, and it was bought out in 2021. Well, at the time I was vegan myself. I had transitioned from eating meat, not for like health reasons or anything, just for animal cruelty. I had like this big life transition and got real crazy about animal activisms and just didn't want to put like dead corpse in my body anymore. So I took the initiative to be so serious about it that I started to investigate like a lot of different clothings and polish was one big thing that came to me, and I actually did it for my daughter. I wanted her to have like a healthy nail polish on her feet and hands because she was putting her fingers in her mouth all the time. She was really little at the time, and it just spiraled into like an overnight success. So the clothing store had already shut down. The nail polish line was about 3 years later, and it affected everything I wore. I no longer wore like leather, and now they have vegan leather, but it was just a whole transition. I have since COVID gone back to eating meat. Really stressed. During COVID, Brandon and I used to be business partners in Hanover's 2.0 as well, and the business couldn't stay afloat during COVID, and so it was really stressful, like not knowing what was next. We knew Encore would come back, but just finding our footing again, and what was next. Like we didn't know what was going to happen in the world. Period. So it was just a stressful time, and I just slowly remember. It was hard to get food sometime at grocery stores, so I remember like eating meat little by little, and I just started to eat meat. As a kid, I think I was very creative. I was limited due to circumstances to actually kind of like be a kid, but during the times I could, I've always had like a creative niche. Well, I painted a lot. I've actually painted and drew on my free time. I ran track, played volleyball, played tennis, played basketball. It was my coach. She made me do everything. I didn't want to play all those sports. I did not. I only liked track for the most part. Hated basketball. Volleyball was fun, but I did love tennis. I just wasn't that good. Yes, I always anticipated having a club. Absolutely. Uh-huh. The part of bringing people together in a place is very magical. And when you can create like the atmosphere and the vibe, and this place is very special. People actually come here and have fun. Like there's no drama, there's no fights. It's really just a good time. So Austin has been in big need of that for the Black community. So I have a BS in science, but with a concentration in accounting, and it's just like I said, it's the analytical part of accounting that has helped me with business. So I think my favorite part about all the businesses that I do now is just mostly the business aspect of it. I've always had a keen sense of business, having an analytical mind in accounting. So it's just very easy for me to see like forecasts and marketing and how the numbers work. So the business side, the back end of it, is the most exciting for me. Hmm. I have no idea. I definitely want to create something else. Kind of been like trying to work on like what's the next thing. Without saying too much, it may include pancakes. Um, I think I want people to remember, like, I know for all my businesses, the love that I bring into the community and the networking, it's just always been a big part of who I am. The connections I make with people are long lasting, the friendships that I make, and I just always want them to remember that part.
Brought to you by Delali Artworks.